Good morning, Mohammed. How are you?
Good morning to you too. Very good.
Nice. I see it's a sunny day in Toulouse.
Yeah, we are very lucky at the moment.
Wonderful. All right. Well, let's start by you telling us the curiosity about your hometown.
I was born in a little fishing village in Lebanon called Mina, and it's very famous for a hot fish dish called samkahara.
Mama, how many languages do you speak?
Spanish, English, French, and Arabic.
Ooh, can you say I love science in all those languages, please?
I love science, of course, in English. Yo amo la ciencia in Spanish. J'aime la science en français. أنا أحب العلم in Arabic. And finally, what I learned especially for today, ja volim mnogo.
Ja volim nauku isto, super. You work at the prestigious Center for Integrative Biology in Toulouse, in France. What kind of science is done there?
We do basic research on embryonic development. So we study factors such as genes that are important for the development to happen correctly.
And you specifically work as a senior research associate. What are you researching these days?
So I'm working on understanding how the diet of pregnant women affects the brain of their babies.
Interesting. But you've also done some cancer research in the past, specifically during your postdoc at the Spanish National Cancer Research Center. What did you discover there?
So we discovered that protein-based diet can either be the cause of cancer or help prevent it. And that's very dependent on the origin of the cancer.
And so why does this matter, really?
It's very important because not all people react in the same way for the same treatment. And if you want to think about it, it's probably because the food that people eat as well as their genetics. So in order to understand it scientifically is very important.
And besides your scientific discovery, what else did you discover while living in Madrid?
I would probably have to say amazing Spanish life and great friends.
What do you hope, Momo, scientists discover in your area of research in the next 5 years?
Cancer being as complex as it is, I would have to go for personalized medicine.
What is personalized medicine?
So personalized medicine is to treat the individual instead of the disease. This is by doing the tailoring of the treatment to the individual.
Oh, interesting. Now tell me, scientific research is a lot about repeating experiments, just repeating endlessly over and over again. Why?
To be a good scientist, you have to be 100% sure of what you're saying. And to be that kind of sure, you have to repeat the experiment multiple times, even if it works from the first time. So it's a lot of repeating.
Yeah, makes sense. However, what scientists always say is that many of these experiments they are doing and repeating fail, and that this kind of failure is part of the research process. Do you agree?
I don't think failure is a good word because, for example, when Stephen Edison failed 3,000 times to make the light bulb, he didn't say he failed, he just said he found 3,000 ways not to make one. And the same thing with science. Failure happens, but also goes in hand with creativity and curiosity.
Sure, it makes sense. It's a sort of productive type of failure, I guess we can say. And how do you deal with this? Because of course it's not easy to have to face failed experiments every day.
It's all about the point of view and how to face it exactly. So for me, it's like when facing an impossible puzzle. Whenever you hit a wall and you fall, the trick is to get up and try again. You have to be persistent.
And what are the 3 best things about being a researcher?
I would say 1, the ability to pursue your own ideas. 2, the ability to explore unknown, like modern day Christopher Columbus. And finally, having supportive colleagues. This is very important.
Nice. Momo, what do you do in your free time?
I do a lot of sports. Being a scientist, your brain overheats a lot from thinking, and nothing clears your mind better than a little bit of running.
Nice. Is there a Lebanese scientist that you would like people to know about?
There's a scientist that I particularly like. His name is Kamal Sabah, and he's an electrical engineer.
And what did he discover?
So in 1920, he was in New York, and he was part of the group that helped shape modern day television.
Oh, cool. And how would you describe the process of publishing your research and going through the peer review process? You have quite a bit of experience with this. So can you sort of put 3 words that describe it?
I would say tough, unproductive, and often unjust.
And how would you describe the feeling when you finally find out that your article was accepted in a journal?
There's only one word. There's only one word. Relief.
All right. Now, what would you change in the world of scientific research?
I would have to say the publish or perish situation, where you are forced always to continue publishing in order to get funding and continue doing your research. There's a lot of stress.
And what would you keep the same?
International collaboration. That's for sure.
Nice. During all these years of doing science in different places, you made friends from how many different nationalities?
A lot. And for example, when I was in Spain, our lab had 16 different nationalities working at the same time. Isn't this amazing?
It's totally amazing. Now, if you could bring all these friends of yours to Lebanon and show them your country, what's the first place you would take them to?
It will have to be the cave of Jita. This is one of my favorite spots. So it's a very old cave where stalactites have been forming for thousands of years. It's a very magical place.
Cave of Jita. Well, I'll definitely have to look into it. Now, speaking of traveling, you visited Bosnia some years ago and you learned an interesting phrase in Bosnian. What was it?
The most important phrase of all, hajmo na pitu.
Da, hajmo na pitu. Baš sam gladna. Thank you, Momo, for your time and for participating in Bosnian Research is Night. Good luck with everything.
Thank you, and have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.